right, hey guys, these are the notes for day 2 of this unit. We're going to talk about parallel lines and angle relationships. This is yet again a lot more vocab. So you will see a lot of me drawing on here and pointing to things and explaining to you kind of what's going on. And remember, if you do get a little bit confused, that you can always log into office hours and ask for help. Or remember that the lesson for tomorrow on Thursday is going to be linked into what this is, and I think that'll help you get a little bit better at this. So very first thing we want to talk about is parallel lines. We actually talked about those already on Monday. So parallel lines, if you remember, never intersect. And the reason they never intersect is because they have the same slope. We talked about that a little bit on Monday. It's kind of like railroad tracks. They're going to keep going and never cross. Now, a transversal is actually what is going to cross those parallel lines. It is intersecting or intersects a system of lines. Sorry, I'm struggling to write on this today. All right, so angle relationships are formed by a parallel line and a transversal. And this is kind of what you're going to see. You don't have to draw this anywhere, but this is what I'm talking about. So we're going to have parallel lines. And remember, these two arrows mean that they're parallel. And when it says cut by a transversal, this will be a transversal. It basically goes across both of those parallel lines. Okay, looking at this first definition, I know these definitions are going to be a little bit long, but write them down because it does give you the formal wording for what this is. So when two parallel lines are crossed by a transversal, the angles in matching corners are corresponding, which I know is our word, and congruent. That looks terrible. Congruent. Okay, so what that would mean is if you have this set, and I'm going to keep drawing the same set of lines. So I've got my two parallel lines. They're cut by a transversal. Ooh, they're cut by a transversal. Y'all know my wonderful drawing skills. So corresponding angles would be like 1 and 2. Because they're in the same place on both of those parallel lines. They're on the left side and they're above the parallel line, but they're on the left side of the transversal and they're above the parallel line. So those would be corresponding angles, and we would say they are congruent by putting the little swoops in them. So we would write that by saying angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. All right, our next one is alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are angles that are formed on opposite sides of the transversal and inside the two parallel lines are congruent. So basically it's saying those angles, once I'll draw them for you, it'll make a lot more sense. So yet again, I have my same picture, my parallel lines cut by a transversal. So it's saying they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So one will be on the left, one will be on the right. but they're in between the parallel lines. So this would be like oh, actually, you know what? No, let's use numbers. Sorry. 3 and 4. Those would be the angles that are congruent. And remember, we mark congruent angles with our little swoops. So we would be able to say angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. All right, this is alternate exterior angles. So it's very similar to the last one, but it's going to be on the outside instead of the inside. So 2 exterior angles on opposite sides of a transversal which crosses 2 parallel lines are congruent. All right. So yet again, I'm going to draw the picture with the 2 parallel lines. I can draw better lines than those. So 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal. And so these are alternate exterior angles, which means one will be on the left, one will be on the right, but this time they're going to be outside of the parallel line. So this is going to be 5 and 6. And since they are out there and they are congruent, they both get little swoops in them. So we can say that angle 5 is congruent to angle 6. And this is the last definition. Consecutive interior angles. 2 interior, which means they're inside the parallel lines, angles lying on the same side of the transversal which crosses 2 parallel lines are supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. Fix that E. All right, so this picture is going to have my 2 parallel lines cut by my transversal, but this time we're talking about on the same side of the transversal, but inside of those parallels. So this is going to be 7 and 8, and they are not congruent. It says they're supplementary, which means angle 7 plus angle 8 equals 180 degrees. And that is key here. You need to make sure you write that down because we're going to use this to do some of these things to do some algebra on Thursday. The other thing you may hear these called, and sometimes I say it just because that's the way I learned it in school. Also called same side interior angles. So you can just say same side interior. And either one is correct. One is no more correct than the other. All right, here we are going to practice what they are called. So the very first thing you want to look at on number 1 is if you look back at your definitions, you'll notice that X and Y are on the same side of the transversal. So they can't be either of the options with the word alternate in them because they're not on alternate sides. Duh. They're on the same side. And so since they are on the same side, it's either going to be consecutive or corresponding. So they're not both inside the parallels. They're in the same place on both of them. So they're actually going to be congruent. Oof, those flutes were terrible. They're going to be congruent. So these are called corresponding angles. All right, number 2, if you notice, they're on opposite sides of that transversal. So it's going to be one of those ones where it talks about alternate. So they're on the outside of the parallel line. So that's going to be alternate exterior angles. All right, next one, number 3. They are on opposite sides of the transversal, so it's going to be one of the alternate things or definite or words. But if you look at them, they're inside the parallel lines, so that's going to be alternate interior angles. I did forget to mark that these are congruent, so I'm going to go back and mark them. So those are congruent for number 2 and for number 3, congruent to each other. All right, looking at number 4, we want to try to identify this. They are on the outside of the parallel lines, and it is on the opposite sides of the transversal. Therefore, it's going to be alternate exterior angles. All right, number 5, they are on the same side of the transversal, so it's either corresponding or consecutive. So they are on the same side and they're inside the parallel lines. So that is going to be consecutive interior angles. And number 6, they're on the same side of the transversal, but one is in between the parallel lines and one is on the outside. But if you notice, they're in the same spot, so they are going to be congruent. So this is going to be corresponding angles. I forgot to mark on number 4. Those are also congruent. All right, on this, it's going to be a little bit more practice. You'll notice that you have numbered angles. So it wants you to identify them as supplementary, vertical, alternate interiors. Remember, vertical we actually talked about the other day. Sorry, I just realized that some of this is cut off just a tiny bit. Oh, now a little bit more of it's cut off the edge. Okay. So, vertical angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, corresponding angles, consecutive interior, or no relationship. So what I do want you to do is pause this video right now and try these on your own, because the way that you're going to get the best practice with this is actually trying them and then check back, because I am going to talk through all of it. So go ahead and hit pause now. If you will then work through it and then hit play when you're done. That way you can get a little bit of practice on this. All right, I'm going to assume that you've already practiced. Hopefully you did as I asked. If you didn't, that's okay. It is what it is. We are going to go through this. All right, the first one is asking me about angles 1 and angles 4. So if you notice, they're not on opposite sides of anything, like there's no parallel lines involved. The only thing that we notice or can say here is that they are across from each other. So therefore, they are vertical angles. All right, looking at number 2. Number 2 is asking me about numbers 1 and 5. I'm marking them on here just so that it makes it easier to see which ones we're talking about. 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 are dealing with those two parallel lines. They're not marked for some reason, but these do need to be marked that they are parallel. So we have 1 and 5. They're on the same side of that transversal, but they are not both inside or they're not both inside of the lines or inside the parallel lines. So we can't say they're not consecutive. These are going to be corresponding because they are in the same spot on both lines. So corresponding angles. All right. Looking at the next one, number 3, we are going to say angles 4 and angle 5. So sometimes you have to kind of imagine some of the other stuff not there, and that may help you. So if you want to say, like, say, imagine that all of this is obviously not here and like this is not here, then you're just looking at the parallel lines in that transversal, and hopefully that helps you. I'm going to erase that so that it doesn't make it crazy. Erase it in a little bit. But 4 and 5, those are on opposite sides of the transversal and they're outside the parallel lines. So that is going to be alternate exterior angles. Next is asking you about 6 and 7. So number 4 is asking you about 6 and 7. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those. They don't have anything to do with the parallel line, so it can't be any of the things we learned today. But you'll notice they make a straight line. So if they make a straight line, they'd be a linear pair, which means they would add up to 180, which means they are supplementary. Supplementary, my dear Watson. Just kidding. Sorry for the bad jokes. Just kidding. Y'all know to expect it at this point. Yeah, like Miss Moore. We're rolling our eyes at you. Whatever. Number 5 says angles 5 and 7. So 5 and 7. You want to look and see, is there any way that I can somehow relate them? They don't have anything to do with parallel lines. They're not even on the same line together. They have absolutely no relation. All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6 says angles 6 and 8. So 6 and 8 are across from each other. That means they will be congruent. They are vertical angles. I don't know why I'm writing out vertical angles there, and everywhere else I did a symbol, whatever. You don't know me, I'm not consistent. I can't even write my 2's consistently. All right, number 7, angle 2 and angle 8. Angle 2 and angle 8. It may be easier, again, to kind of ignore whatever's over there and whatever's over here that may be distracting you from seeing how they're related. So they are on opposite sides of the transversal, and they are outside of the parallel lines. So they are going to be alternate exterior angles. All right, and let's look at our next one. Oh, I didn't erase that. I'm going to have a lot to erase. That's okay. Okay, so let's look at number 8. Last one. It says 2 and 6. So 2 and 6. So yet again, you kind of want to ignore all this stuff out here that's kind of in the way of you seeing what's going on. So we have parallel lines, and it's on the same side of the transversal in the same location, which means it is a corresponding, or they are corresponding angles. All right, hopefully this helped you practice a little bit. This is one of those things that the more you practice, the better you will do at this. We are going to practice it a little bit again in class tomorrow, especially when we talk about how we're going to relate them, because we're going to use that to do a little bit of solving as well. So you need to make sure you understand which ones are congruent and which ones are supplementary and all those things. But we are going to tie that together in class tomorrow. So please make sure you have done your attendance form. If you have not already done it, please go do that. Otherwise, I will have to mark you absent. So please take care of that. Have a good day. If you have any makeup work you need to do for me, please, please, please go do that. I did reopen the graded homeworks. So if you've not submitted those, go ahead and submit those. They're open until Tuesday or Thursday night. So please get your grade up. Please, 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 please. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.